Okay. Let's go ahead and get things started here. Hey there, strangers. It's time for Wednesday night Warships. I'm your host, Strangebird Jim. And today, we're going to be doing some naval battles for a little bit. Try to get ourselves prepared for some, for the weekend. Or at least maybe help out anyone that wants to do the naval battles on the weekend. We're going to be doing this for about 2 hours or so, and then I might switch this over to Kermit. He mentioned the fact that he might be uh, joining me, but he's apparently, I guess, at work right now, so he's not going to be able to come in until probably right when I need to log out. I have an early rise again tomorrow, so can't do an all-nighter or anything along those lines. So maybe I'll push it for another hour, but I really do need to get to sleep afterwards. So, um, but yeah, that's pretty much where we stand at this moment in time. So let's go ahead and get right into the game, shall we? Um, for those that haven't been uh, following along, uh, it's been a while since I've played World of Warships live, anyway. Um, or streamed it, and um, been kind of slacking on streaming lately. Gold mine goblins have been kind of messing with me a bit, so. But, I mean, I'm still here, I'm still working, I'm still plugging away, so. We're gonna do our normal routine of getting some experience for our newer ships, the tier 3s and tier 4s, and then start working on our tier 5s, get those up to tier 6. We're getting closer on some of them. Some of them are fairly brand new, so I mean, it's going to be a while to get those to the tier 6, so. But another thing that I wanted to point out was the fact that Magic Stars have revived 3 snow giants and tasked each of them with a mission to arrange the New Year festivities. I mean, I don't know what this is all about. Snow giant brought to life. Lights and decorations. What's this all about? So, the Stone Giants in action. Winter's time, festive spirit, beautiful decorations, of course, gifts. Well, yeah. It's time for the warmest, most heartfelt recollections. Magic-soaked atmosphere that children and adults alike find so wonderful, pleasant to return to again and again. However, real magic always comes as something entirely new. This year, the mission is ramped up. The New Year festivities goes to Sinterklaas. Okay. Junior figure from the Netherlands who resembles Father Christmas or Santa Claus. Okay. I mean, that might be true. I mean, I mean, I don't know like the full origins. I know uh, you know, that was kind of based around, you know, Northern Europe, if not um, Eastern Russia, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, so. One Cent arrived on a designated day. He was not alone. Cent brought his legendary fellows with him. Okay. Um, that wasn't exactly true based off of history, obviously, but, you know. First thing they did when they got together was take the festivities of creating festive cheer, arranging decorations, and stocking up for gifts. And they needed help, of course, so they used the first snow of the year to craft 3 giants. That's where real magic happened. Reached out his hand towards the sky, picked up a bright star, moved constellation, and placed it in the chest of his own snow giant. Giant awoke, opened his eyes, was wasting time, spreading festive joy and cheer, songs, fairy tales, and games. Santa Claus reached out his hand toward the sky, picked up a bright star, stared him from the decorations, constellation, and snow giant. Giant awoke, opened his eyes, and probably got down to work decorating homes, trees, and ships with twinkling light garlands and toy decorations. The toe reaching out the sky, picked up a bright star, Renera from the Gifts constellation, placed it in chest of own snow giant. Giant awoke, opened his eyes, and immediately got and kids and adults happy by giving out gifts. Each snow giant has tried so matched the other two in pursuing its own mission for a real friendly competition that everyone can join. At the same time, on a festive night such as this, there's no way to fail. Everyone who celebrates New Year magic shares this festive spirit with others, with no doubt comes out a winner. Will no doubt come out a winner. Okay. Um, I mean, I already have the Omaha, so if I even try for this particular reward, I'd be basically getting the same ship twice. So let's not do that. I'm gonna be. No wait. Oh, this is the Italian battleship. I don't have that yet, so we'll go with that one. Might as well. Hmm. Okay. Um. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to point out was the fact that um, I played when Kermit was streaming. I joined him for a little bit, and during that gameplay, I realized the fact that you know, the festival and all that, they were handing out containers in the premium shop and armory. Um, and from those containers, I got some extra doubloons. They gave me 500 doubloons. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to purchase myself uh, some more ship slots so that I can get some additional ships going. Matter of fact, I could probably go ahead and I mean, I was leaving 2 slots available anyway. One for the let's see, I believe it was the Omaha that, yeah. Oh no, I already got the Pensacola, but I was gonna basically, lose to Omaha to get the Dallas at some point in time. There was one where um, it would branch off into two that I haven't gotten yet. Um, okay, yeah, here's the two ships. So this one would eventually go to the Emerald and the Hawkins. So I was saving one slot for that eventual um, selection. Um, so let's go ahead, and we have 2 more slots available. So just for the hell of it, let's go ahead and check to see what we can do here. So um, so we currently have the Fuso, the Aoba, the Matsuki, and the Kaze, as well as the Raiju. So we have pretty much all the lines ready for and on Japanese, so we don't need to worry about that. United States. Okay, so eventually the battleships will need to get to a point where it's going to diverge um, into 2 separate routes. But I mean, it's going to take me a while to get from the New Mexico to the Colorado, and then build up the Colorado to the other 2 lines. So I think I can wait on that for the most part. Omaha's going to be going to the Dallas, so I don't need to worry about that. Nicholas is going to go to the Farragut, and then I already have the Ranger, so I don't need to worry about that. So for the time being, I'm good with the United States being where it's at, so we're good there. Let's see. Russians have expanded, but I haven't really purchased any additional ships from there. I can, I can purchase the ships for, the cruiser, destroyer, and eventually get it to a point where I can get the aircraft carriers for the Russians. So I mean, that's a possibility. I could go full Russian build right at this moment in time. I got the experience points to get both of these ships right at this point, so I could do that again, or I could do that, you know. So that's an idea. What about Germans? How are we doing there? Okay, so Germans, I'm kind of missing a little bit here because they've really kind of expanded on what is available for the German lines since I've really worked on this. So I mean, we have a full-on new battleship line on the German side that we can go for. So that's a possibility. I haven't, unfortunately, I didn't get enough experience points to go for the to unlock the next tier on the cruiser, so that's kind of my fault on that one. I went straight into the battleships as soon as I can, so and then of course we have, you know, the destroyer line as well as their aircraft carriers, which, I mean, you know, Germans didn't have aircraft carriers during World War II, or at least if they did, it was basically still an import. They were trying to work on it, but yeah. Let's see. So that's a plan. That's an idea. Boy, there is a lot of options that we can kind of go for. I just got a message from Kermit saying that he's not going to be able to make it, but that's okay. He's going to enjoy a movie night with his wife, and he has every right to it, so may you enjoy it. Okay, so, United Kingdom, once again, we're kind of in the same we're kind of in the same realm here, where I could go for the destroyer line here to eventually get both destroyer and the aircraft carriers, but I'm not great with the destroyers, and I mean, there's a lot of people that hate aircraft carriers. I personally don't mind it, but there's a lot of hate on it, so not much that we can do here with the French line other than get the destroyer line, but I don't really want that, so we're gonna ignore that one. Italians expanded on their battleship line, so I mean that's a possibility. I would have to go back and grind out the levels to start at the battleship line, but so that's a possibility. Nothing on the Pan Asian that we can really do, so already working on the Europe line, working on the Netherlands line, so, and nothing from the Commonwealth for me to do, so so yeah, in my mind, I kind of want to go more German. You know, I want to get the other German battleships opened and work on the German cruisers. That's my thinking right at the moment. So, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and repurchase the Nassau. We're going to do without a commander for now. And then we're going to want to repurchase the Coburg. Now, go to equipment. Actually, hold on. Let's go to this one first. Yeah. And armaments modification, sure. And damage control systems. There we go. And then we're going to be building up for the Von der Tan there. So, I mean, there's really no need for me. Actually, hold on. These are already researched, so. Hey there, Mr. Gunny, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. How's your night been? I've already researched these, so I can just go ahead and repurchase them. So, oh, and I'm really close to actually getting that battleships. So, I mean, one battle and I'd probably be done. So let's go ahead and see. We have quite a few captains available. I guess we'll just go ahead and bring him in. Might as well, right? Okay. That's the reason why I didn't purchase one outright, because I had some in reserve, so. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Cobra going. Let's reduce the magazine detonating. And I mean, I'm not all that worried about flooding and fires for the fur cruiser. I'm more worried about like steering engines and steering at this point. So we'll do that one. Those repurchased, and then it's just a matter of building back up for the 5,800, and it's going to take a little bit of time for that. So, so let's go ahead and assign a commander. We have ourselves a couple of cruiser commanders here, although I don't have the gaff spree, so. Let's see. Frederick, whatever. I don't know. Okay. So there's that. Okay, so we've now filled up our 2 slots that we just purchased, so that's cool. Thank you, Wargaming, for the 500 doubloons. I appreciate it. Okay. I have a funny feeling that we're not going to be able to get to... if I'm going to be doing this for only for 2 hours, I have a funny feeling that we're not going to be able to get to the tier 5s tonight. But you never know. Let's go ahead and get this back in, and let's get this into the random battle here. And let's go ahead and start off. and try to get our wins for each of these. So let's go. Okay. Oh, I forgot to see what was necessary for the preparation. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe after a win here, when I get back to the port, I'll check out what it's looking for. Is it damage? Is it just overall experience points? Obviously, I'm not going to be able to finish off all the preparation tonight. But if it's something that um, is fairly easy to do, then maybe I can um, do some off hours. To get a little bit more. We have one AI on it, not on the team, huh? Okay. It's tier 4 battle. Solomon Islands is an interesting one. So, ooh, and I'm down south. Okay.
General quarters.
Okay. And of course,
let's give them a hard time.
Hey there, Evie. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. How's your evening been?
Good luck and fair seas.
You're doing okay? Nice. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay as well. Okay, our battleship is finally moving.
I need help.
Well, yeah.
Acknowledged. Enemy force detected.
There's a lot of battleships coming on our way. I'm already being detected. There he is. Heck out of there.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Nope, not that one. This one.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes astern.
Thankfully, they're missing out on me, but Wumpy, you're in a very bad spot right at the moment. Okay. Let's see.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes dead ahead.
Let's see. Not pen. What the hell? Come on. Nope. It's probably slowing down a bit. Oh, he's firing at me.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Ah, set a fire, finally. Let's see. A lot of non-pens. What the hell? I'm hitting every...
Enemy cruiser detected.
Oh. Nicely done. Let's see. I was trying to aim for that destroyer over there, but... still some more non-pens. Finally got a fire on that guy. Oh, he's turning too much. Okay. Let's see. Take out that St. Louis there. Got him.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Let's see. Oh. Ah, missed.
Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes direct front.
Come on, die you.
The ship is on fire!
That hurt a lot. And I'm dead. Just barely survived, okay. But this guy's gonna be kind of focused on me a bit. I mean, he could take me out if he really wanted to.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Oof, gosh. Got 2 fires going. Yep, there it goes. God damn, a lot of non-pens. Even though I'm shooting for the superstructure. I keep on apparently hitting the guns. That's unfortunate. Let's see. That Langley needs to go after that Sea-Jack. Or that St. Louis needs to go after that that G101. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble. Okay, there it goes. St. Louis got him. Okay, let's see. We got a pretty much an even game over here. St. Louis versus St. Louis and Wyoming versus the Alahiri. Ooh, Wumpy just got hit pretty hard on that one though. That leaves basically Langley trying to take out the Wyoming that's over here, so, and that Wyoming was fairly healthy, so.
Nice work.
It's not looking that great on our side. These guys really have to kind of focus fire on that Wyoming, clear him out, as well as that aircraft carriers to the south. Hey, but I gotta be happy about my performance. I mean, 127 hits. I put in some work. Ooh, St. Louis is getting focus fired by both battleships. That's not great. Wumpy's going in. Oh, you're showing broadside. That's not great. Ooh, that hurt him a lot. though because of the fire. Yep. The aircraft carrier gets a good torpedo hit on him. He's done. Yep. There he goes. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He put up a good fight. Oh, yep. We lost this one. Damn.
Nice work.
There's not enough damage that our aircraft carrier can do against the Wyoming by itself. Oh well, what can one do? So this is going to be a loss. I'm going to just go ahead and exit back to port. We'll move on to the next ship. Now, I just need, what, 340 experience points just to get the next tier. So this isn't gonna. I'm probably just gonna need like one battle on him, and that's about it. May need a win though, because 340 XP on a loss is kind of pushing it. Now, if I die like instantaneously and still get the win, then I might have a little bit of difficulty getting that XP as well. So it all depends on the gameplay. Obviously, it's tier 3, so we're not going to be facing off against any kind of submarines. That's tier 6, so I'd have to be at least tier 4 on that one. I mean, if I was like in a division with tier 4 players, then I probably could be facing off against submarines. So the another potential is that a destroyer could find a gap and start pumping me full of torpedoes. That could happen too. You never know. I've had it happen before, so we shall see. And then again, I've also, dodged some. I've had some hairy situations with battleships as well, so yeah. I really do need to get myself set up a little bit better on my OBS studio. Haven't really taken care of that as much as I wanted to, so. A lot of things have been kind of going on in the background in my real life that it's just been a little difficult. nothing serious or anything along those lines. Just a lot of tiny little factors that have just kind of built up into where I'm at right now. you know, uh, you know, but I mean things are getting slightly better, so um, just gotta keep on pushing forward, and everything will turn out okay. So that's all. Um, the uh, now that I'm working again, getting an income, I can actually kind of you know start actually making decent purchases. Um, so yeah, exactly. Um, so I don't have that hanging over my head anymore. So um, that's no longer a stress. But uh, still need to tackle the backlog that I have on my YouTube channel, uploading all the videos. Um, I'm going to be looking into purchasing a new computer fairly soon. Um, I have a decent amount of money right now where um, I'm going to be kind of looking at computer prices, computer part prices. I don't know whether or not I should try to build another computer again. I don't know. My central commerce doesn't really give me a lot of uh, confidence in doing any like kind of precision. I mean, but you know, putting together a computer isn't really that difficult, folks. It really isn't. Um, the only concern that I would have would be like if I had to um, um, put, I'm not planning on doing any kind of water cooling um, because I don't know if I can keep up with the maintenance on it. So I don't want to have that hanging over my head. Um, and trying to put the um, what's it called? Um, it's the paste between the actual CPU and heatsink. Um, okay, so we're in a tier 3 battle. Lots of computer opponents, so this is going to be fairly easy for the most part. Um, um, but I don't know if I wanted to. I've put together some computers in the past, um, but it's been a while since I've had to. Um, I've been doing a lot of like um, um, I've been doing like pre-built computers, so but this last pre-built computer that I purchased wasn't really that great. I mean, it was okay, but it, there were some things about it that really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So uh, I felt that I could have probably done a better job altogether. So Destroyer's going straight in.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
He's going out of range, so that's not exactly a good target. Here we go. Here's a better target for me. Oh, missed, of course. Only 2 pens. Okay, well. I mean, that's something, I guess, but not exactly the best. We'll see what happens. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Our team is not doing great. Okay.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Wow. What the heck is going on here, folks? We are losing by a lot right at the moment. And my shots are still pretty bad. Ah, damn it.
The ship is on fire!
That island is blocking me from that cruiser. I'd kill him off. Is that other cruiser behind the island? Or are they in the smoke? Okay. Nope, behind the island again. God damn that guy. Son of a bitch. Keep on missing the shots that I need to make. Okay. Oh, there goes. Ah, damn it.
is on fire!
If I can just get this in time.
Torpedoes to starboard!
Enemy cruiser sunk.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Damn. Took out that guy.
Problem solved, sir!
Okay. Ah, so close. Not gonna be able to get this guy again. Nope. Let's see, where are we at here? 2 players versus 3? Okay. Oh, hi there.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. The ship is on fire!
Got him.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Foundered.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Oh boy, this is great. Damn.
We're holed below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
That hurt a lot.
Problem solved, sir.
Okay.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Good thing I got myself out of the way on that one. Nice. Going straight down the middle. Oh, nope. He slowed down a bit. That's fine. Yep, that hurt. Got him.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Whew. That was a close one. That was a close match. These guys were putting in some work. They really did. So, but obviously that was enough XP to get the next tier of battleship going. So let's go ahead and set ourselves up with that one. Yeah. Knew that that was going to happen, so. So, thank you there, Evie. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, Van der Tran, Tan. Don't need the commander because I'm going to be transferring the commander from the Nasu over here. So, there we go. Free retraining. Go. Okay, and now we go back to the Kohlberg and continue working on that. Oh, we got ourselves a new container. Let's go ahead and take care of that. More resources. It used to be where I just tried my luck all the time, but they said that I could get super containers even here, so. Hey, completed the high school fleet. Nice. Okay. Bunch of free XP. Got the last one of the high school fleet collection. And got ourselves a new symbol. Not planning on using it, but. Okay, so. Ta-da! Okay, so from there we can try to switch over to a new collection. There's one that I can actually switch over to. There we go. There's so many other collections that I don't have access to, so. Okay. Let's go ahead and, remove that little numeric sign saying, hey, there's something new. But yeah, I like this one. It's funny. Especially when it comes to World Warships. Can you imagine, you get up to, you get next to like a battleship versus battleship, tensions are rising and suddenly both battleships, spring out those flags out of their cannons. All right. Right, let's go ahead and see what the preparation is for preparation needed for the naval battle. So let's go ahead and check that out real quick. XP. Yeah, probably not going to be able to do that. So far, I haven't really been getting a ton of XP myself. It's base XP. You seem to be increasing the amount though, so that's kind of odd. Maybe it's based off of the amount of players, like as the amount of players increases, they increase the amount of base XP necessary for engagement. Not exactly ideal if that's the case, but I mean, not much I can really do in that regard. And I'm playing low tier, so XP isn't exactly handed out that much. So, whatever. Let's go ahead and do the Kohlberg again, because I know that I definitely didn't get enough XP on that last battle to get to the tier 4 cruiser. Try to get ourselves a win on that one. And then we'll move on to the German tier 3 battleship. Play that. Now, I've been kind of out of the loop when it comes to the new ships. Haven't really been watching a lot of Mingled with Jingled or the Mighty Jingles videos lately, so he likes to discuss ships and the like, and I haven't really been following him that much lately, so I'm not. I know that the one battleship line that I'm already on for the Germans is really good for the secondaries. I don't know about the other line though. Are they more main guns? Not sure, but we'll find out.
Action stations.
Good luck and fair seas.
Okay.
Good luck, everyone.
There we go. Let's see. Okay, so we have 2 destroyers on our team with human captains, and 2 destroyers on their team with human captains. Aircraft carrier, okay. They launched their attack squadron, which is typically a strategy that I tend to use. And our Hosho decided to launch torpedoes, so I mean, yeah, you're going to be getting a lot more damage overall with torpedoes, especially if you can land them correctly, but I mean, ideally you want to be kind of aiming for the destroyers initially, so.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Let's see if I can get some shots in on that guy. Oh, here it comes. Oh, ouch. Okay.
The ship is on fire!
Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser detected.
Problem solved, sir.
That is a lot of battleships heading my way. That hurt a lot. Trying to focus fire on this guy so to get rid of him. Got him.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Ship is on fire.
Many thanks. Our team has taken the lead.
Just keep on peppering this guy with a lot of HE shots and hope for the best. Yep, there you go. Ah, a lot of non-pens. God damn, man. I tried to. I did take a little bit of the focus fire off of our battleship friend over here, but he is by himself at this point in time, and he's in danger. You're turning the wrong way, my friend. Oh, that's 4 torpedo hits. I mean, he killed them off, but
Our team has taken the
that
lead.
was not a worthwhile kill on our battleship's part. Unfortunately, I mean, that's kind of what happens when you have an aircraft carrier that doesn't focus fire on the on those destroyers. So once again, our battleship friend over here has three battleships on him and not a whole lot of assistance. If that Yubari there can get into Camp Circle B and take it over, then that's going to be good, but ooh, nice hit. You could tell it was a hit because of the fact that Circle and the A camp was knocked down by a percentage. So, oh, nope, never mind. He was killed off by the Kristoff over here and by the Mont K. Key.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Yeah, I mean, Jagger is definitely playing it smart right at the moment, so you know, the Clemson really needs to kind of get in there. You know, and these two other battleships really need to kind of get in there and lend some support. You know, try to take out that aircraft carrier, because I mean that will help them long term. But this is a close match.
All forces, capture that area. Attention, reporting the target position.
They'll be really good if they can kill off that aircraft carrier. You know, the Hosho's doing really well in the fact that he's staying out of harm's way. So I mean, that's good for him. At Hermes, he made a bad move by getting too close to the front. So, oh, there went their battleship, so that's good. But I mean, he was already kind of low health already. That Wyoming and the Orion is going to be just going to kind of put up a fight. Kristoff is going to be problematic as well. So, I mean, if I was the Clemson here, I'd try to, like, maybe try to sneak up on that Wyoming up there. Seeing that he's still, like, trying to go through the islands. But Clemson's providing smoke for no one, really. I don't know why he's smoking up like that, to be honest. I don't think his torpedoes have enough range, yeah. I mean, at least he's putting in some gunshots in, so I mean, there's that, but I mean, destroyer gunshots versus a battleship, not exactly ideal. Oh, Super's gone due to flooding, so that wasn't great. Yeah. Jaeger's gone, but I mean, he distracted the Orion and the Wyoming, so that's good. But there's 7 minutes left, so it's not exactly ideal. Okay, so their aircraft carrier is gone, so that's good. They have eyes on the destroyer now, so he's got to get himself out of there, hide himself again. Ideally, for Feet Jungler there, all he needs to do is just kind of keep an eye on the Clemson. That's it. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to engage. That would be what I would do, is just kind of keep him within sight. And that's it. I mean, he's not going to last a fight, but he's going to help his team out so much more by keeping the Clemson within Yeah, keep the Clemson detected. Because then that would give the battleships the target. Clemson's gonna need to shut off his AA guns. He's giving away his position with his AA guns. Not that it really matters all that much because they already kind of know where he's at anyway, but still. Let's see, Dado Max. He has a lot of island cover that's kind of keeping him safe for now. But I mean, once those guys get around that island, then
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
they're gonna be focus fired on him. So he's gonna have to angle himself even more. Oh, he's going full broadside. That's not great. That wasn't a whole lot of damage on this guy. And he has broadside on him. Oh, his guns aren't rotated. That's good for Dado. Dado was able to angle himself well enough, so that's good.
Our victory is in sight.
Got a fire started. Did he just... Oh boy. I think Dado put out a single fire, which is never a good plan. I'm not sure why this guy is using HEs at this range. I would have switched over to APs at this point. Looks like this is ours to win. All that Clemson has to do is stay out of the fight. Just stay hidden. But it looks like Clemson is getting closer, and that's not exactly ideal. There it goes. Yeah, unfortunately, Clemson wasn't using those torpedoes very well. But, I mean, what can one do, right? I mean, Clemson only has the 5.5. So What are you doing, Clemson? That is not the range. You do not have the range on those torpedoes. Yeah. I mean, if the Wyoming was heading like straight for A, like in this general direction, then maybe those torpedoes might have hit. Like maybe one, maybe, but no. Clemson torpedoes do not have the range on them whatsoever. So. Okay. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So let's see. Hey there, Catters, how you doing? Well, it's more evening than afternoon, but it still works. How you doing this evening? Okay. So let's go back here real quick. So needless to say, I got about what? Uh, let's see. About 1800. 1803 to be precise. I'm doing okay. Doing good. Playing a little bit of World of Warships here, so. Okay, let's see. We're gonna save this for like the higher battleships for the Germans, especially when we get to um, oh, what is this? What is it called again? The Kurfürst. You know, the secondaries on here are like godly. So, so we're gonna. I mean, I'll probably be putting the auxiliary armaments on another battleship anyway, but yeah. In this particular case, we're gonna go with the magazine modifications, so we don't have any ships blowing up automatically, and we always do the damage control system for the battleship because we want no floods or no fires. Not that it really does much, because I mean it's only a 5% and a 3% reduction, but still, fires and floods are fairly common when it comes to battleships. So, alright. Next match, let's go. And most likely won't be able to get all the XP for, well, I definitely won't be able to get all the XP for the engagement. I would probably need a little bit more help to max that out. So so it's probably not going to happen. We'll see. Who knows, maybe Kermit might be wanting to do World of Warships tomorrow or something like that. And I might join him. I don't know. We'll see. Um, let's see. Now, let's see. Not sure I've seen Mr. Gunny anymore. I don't know if Evie's still here. If they are, then um, I'm kind of curious if Evie and Ketters also stream or not. I'm just kind of curious. If they do, then I can shout them out. If not, it's perfectly fine. Not everybody needs to stream. Okay, so there is a lot of AIs in this. And there's only 3 other players other than myself, so... you don't? No worries. No worries. But there is a lot of... There's only 2 battleships in the entire match.
General quarters.
So we are going to stick with... actually, hold on. Let's... Nope, we're gonna do... We're gonna head down south. We're gonna stick with HEs to do a lot more damage on all the cruisers and the destroyers that are gonna be coming along. So last Joe punch out. There we go. Okay, I would aim for that destroyer, but it's already smoking up, so we're just gonna ignore it for now. Gonna wait for that cruiser to kind of get in range here. That's St. Louis. Oh, first blood already, huh? Okay. Let's go ahead and turn in a little bit more. Okay, that destroyer's not dead yet. Ooh, 2 fires set. Nice. This is not great. Oh, okay. Glad that, alright, well, both the destroyers are gone on this side. Okay, we're doing well on this destroyer line here. But I don't really have the line of sight on these cruisers right at the moment. You know what? Let's go ahead and stop right here so we have that island between me and the other matter of fact, let's switch over to APs. Oh, St. Louis is going up through that channel. Okay. I'm leaving that one St. Louis to his fate. He's gonna die. Especially with that dreadnought coming in. But that St. Louis coming around the corner there, I'll be able to kind of work on taking him out. So
Enemy severely damaged.
Citadel. I gotta be careful with that dreadnought there. There's him.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Not gonna... I am very alone down here. So... Oh, hello. Okay, you want to take me on? That's fine. There you go. Same amount of damage. Alright. There we go. Ooh, nice. Nice broadside on that guy. Ooh, 4 damage, 4 penetration, so that's good. Ah, ricochet, damn. Okay, last stroke. Sorry, but you gotta go.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Okay, there goes him. Okay. Nope, he's rotating around the other way. Never mind. I was thinking maybe I can get some shots on him, but nah, only 1 penetration. Damn. Oh, okay. Just barely. Hi there. Oh, only one. Damn. That sucked. But he's firing HEs, which is a really bad idea. Island. Let's see. Where are you at? There you are. There we go. Oh. That's unfortunate. Hi there, bud. Angle against this guy. Ah. Here goes the armor-piercing shells. Alright. See if he's gonna fire against me. That was a bad mistake, pal. Should have waited for right now.
Our team has taken the lead.
Ramming speed. All I need to do is just get, kill this guy off, so... Yeah. Crunch.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
There we go. Nice. Ah, hey, I got a high caliber. Nice. Not enough, and not good enough for the campaign that I was trying to work on. Because, let's see, where was it? Yeah, here it is. Earn a high caliber achievement. You need a tier 5 for that, so yeah. Haven't gotten that yet, but oh right. I also kind of wanted to see what the stats were on that, the battle results. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Let's see. About 50% of the shots fired with the AP shells hit. Not many of the HE shells, but that's okay. Didn't fire too many of those. About 1/4 of shots hit on that. What really kind of mattered you know, when um, when I saw that there really was not that many battleships on the match, I tried to. Uh, I was thinking I'd switch over to HE, to kind of battle all the um, destroyers that were out there, as well as do some damage on the cruisers. But as soon as like the majority of the destroyers were gone, I was like, there's no point in kind of sticking with the HEs. So switch over to the APs, and you do a lot more damage that way, especially against cruisers and battleships. So okay, I got time for about one more match. So before we do that, though, let me see if there's any equipment that I could purchase here. Can't get both, so we'll just go with the hull for now. And then let's go ahead and continue with the Java. So I fear probably, well, I mean, I want to try to get, a pretty high tier computer this time around. Okay. I know that there's a shortage on especially graphics cards lately. I know about that. And that's raising up prices even more. So I might not aim for like the highest tier graphics card. I mean, as it is anyway. I mean, um, you know, I don't necessarily want to spend like 10K on a new computer. Um, but um, but I'd probably be trying to go for I've well, I mean, the last computer that I bought was, I mean, this computer that I bought here, I forget exactly how much I paid for it, like $3,000, $4,000 or so. What are graphics cards? Okay, so um, uh, let me try to let me make sure that I try to explain it as much as I can. Um, so as you get like closer and closer to the cruiser here, you notice that there's a lot of little details on it. A lot of little graphical elements. You notice how there's like the wood planking on the deck, and there's small little details like you have more of the cannons, the windows, so on and so forth. Well, as you um, the graphics card is able to a lot of information gets passed from what you're doing, using the keyboard, using the mouse, using microphone, and so on and so forth, all the programs that you're doing. That's also kind of
Enemy battleship sighted.
all going to basically like the CPU of your computer. Or at least, you know, it used to in the past.
Confirmed penetration.
The you know, nowadays you have the graphics card that's able to do a lot more to kind of take a little bit of responsibility away from the CPU, so the CPU can do, you know, a little bit more with its time. It can kind of focus on other tasks that it needs to do. It can focus on more of the gameplay or anything along those lines, right? So
Enemy destroyer sighted.
the graphics card basically handles all the graphical elements of the of the game or any other kind of anything else concerning
Enemy battleship detected.
you know, anything graphical in nature.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
The the graphics card is kind of meant to help out. So so that's kind of what the graphics card is all about. So I don't think this guy's fired a shot. I think he's just going full steam ahead. Yeah, he's gone. Okay. I think he might have. I think his connection kind of dropped a little bit there. Okay, I get it now. Thanks for explaining it to me. No problem. No problem, Ian. You know, I know how difficult it can be, especially if you're not sure about, you know, certain ideas or certain texts or anything along those lines. So, believe me, I get it. You know, I've had to kind of help out from time to time on, you know, for a few people that didn't really understand. You know, like my mom, for example, she used to whenever she needed a Word document created, she would always like call me up and say, "Hey Jim, can you do this for me?" I'm like, "Sure, no problem." So, you know, and built it to how she kind of wanted it, but. You know, I tried to explain it a little bit to her so that she could try to do it herself, but she had her difficulties with it as well, so, I mean...
Torpedoes to starboard.
Let's see if I can get a lucky shot off on that one guy.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Nope. Oh,
Torpedoes
he
to
was already
starboard.
killed off, okay. That Wyoming's kind of out of range. Maybe I can focus on this Nasu here. Okay. That Wyoming is really kind of focused on me right at the moment. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of damage potential on me right at the moment, so... Ow. So obviously, if you want to play video games, typically having the graphics card is going to come in handy. Now, I'm gonna die here. Trying to go up against all these guys. Unless our destroyer friend can set a smoke screen, that'd be nice. Do I need it for console? No. Console already has everything kind of pre-built into it, so you don't need to worry about it. You know, you can't really upgrade a console, so I mean, most that you can do with that is buy the next latest console, and that's it. So. Missed him. Oof. Nice. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so for consoles, they don't have as much power in terms of a PC, in terms of overall specs. You'll always have like if you want something that has like the best overall in terms of like graphics, processing power, hard drive space, and so on and so forth, you want to go for a desktop, hands down, all the time, no matter what. That's like, you know, top tier in terms of like, you know, graphics that you can do, gameplay that you can do, the amount of games that you can play all on one machine, kind of thing. Then you can start kind of getting into the consoles and maybe even laptops. Laptops can still kind of beat out, for the most part, some consoles, you know, depending on what you can kind of put into, you know, how much you can put in and get put into a laptop. Problem is that laptops tend to burn themselves out fairly quickly, because there's no air circulation inside a PC. So if you have a lot of hardware inside of it and not enough cooling, then it tends to get very hot, and you know, heat can damage the computer. So that's why if you ever look at any kind of PCs or anything along those lines, there's always some amount of like cooling systems to all the PCs that you see. And that goes the same for any kind of laptop that you might see or get. They're also going to need some amount of cooling as well. It's just laptops are a little bit harder to get any good efficient cooling systems. I mean, you can't do any kind of water cooling on a laptop, or at least it'd be... I've never seen a water cooling system in a laptop at all. Not to say that it hasn't been done. It'd be... I don't know if you could really consider it a laptop at that point in time, because the water cooling system is big, it's bulky, and not exactly something that you can easily walk around with. But some gaming laptops can be pretty thick and hefty as well, so there might be like a laptop out there that someone put in a water cooling system, but needless to say, it's not exactly common, I should put it. The thing is that with a laptop, you can upgrade it for the most part. But everything's so jam-packed inside of it that you don't really have a lot of room to upgrade it. For the most part, laptops only can give you like RAM upgrades for the most part. And if you're curious what I mean by RAM, let me try to explain this a little bit. Keep an eye on the action that's going on over here. So when the CPU is doing work, like we're watching the game, everything's kind of getting the CPU is doing work on everything that's happening in the game, for example, right? Okay. Now it's not doing as much work on my end because I'm no longer playing, so I'm no longer doing as much
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
keyboard or mouse input or anything along those lines, but it's still active. It's still processing everything to kind of show what's going on. There's the CPU needs some help sometimes in what it does. So when it's working, it has to do some calculations. It has to do some mathematical calculations in order to get certain things done. But you need some form of, I guess you might call it like short-term memory to take care of those calculations. You might say that there's like 3 different memories that the computer uses. You have the short-term memory, which is there's memory built into the CPU where it basically says, okay, 2 plus 2, that equals 4. Okay, store 4 because I'm going to use 4 plus 4 to equal 8. And maybe I'll store 8 a little bit later as well. You know, that kind of thing. So, so you have that kind of short-term memory going on there. Okay. If there's a little bit more calculations that needs to be handled, like there's something that needs something a little bit larger, like say, I want to, I need to store like a short-term list or something like that, like maybe like a grocery list or something like that that someone has. Okay. It goes to like your, I guess you might say like your middle memory, not necessarily short-term, not necessarily long-term. It still technically qualifies as short-term because it doesn't store it. Like when you power down the computer, it doesn't save anything. So it's still short-term memory, but it's larger, so it can kind of hold more. So if say like there's like a grocery list or something like that, you can put that grocery list in what's called the RAM. Okay. Uh, the more RAM you have, the more capabilities that your computer can do. If you only have a little bit of RAM, then your CPU, you know, it's not going to have enough short-term memory to do everything that it needs to do. So sometimes it has to go to long-term memory, the hard drive for memory, and that takes a long time to get any kind of data transfer between the two. Okay, the RAM is really close to the CPU, so it's a lot faster. So you might call it more medium, but because it is larger overall, but it's still considered short-term memory. Because when you powered it down, it clears, it goes away. You know, nothing remains in the RAM. Then you have the long-term memory, the hard drive. So if you're storing any kind of games, if you're storing any kind of applications, programs, operating systems, that's all on the hard drive. So, and that remains. That, you know, if you power down your computer and your hard drive, you know, that's supposed to keep all that information, or as much information as it possibly can. If it fails, then well, you have some serious problems. But obviously, if you do some, you know, there's ways of maintaining your computer, so you know, so you shouldn't have as much problems. But I mean, as you put more and more programs on your hard drive, the it just keeps on getting filled up to the point where it's like, okay, can't do anything more. So did I forget to sell off a ship? I think I did. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot to sell off the Nasu. I was kind of wondering because I was like going, wait, I only have one vacant slot? There should be two. So I gotta sell this him off because I don't need him anymore. And I can just sell off the upgrades because I don't need those. There we go. Sounds like having a PC is a little complicated. Well, I mean, if it's built and ready to go for it, if it's ready to run, then then you don't necessarily need to worry about it too much. Um, you know, I work with PCs all the time, so that's why I need to know everything that it does, that it's capable of doing. Um, not only for streaming, but I mean I do it for work. You know, I'm uh, you know I got a degree in computer science, so I write these programs, or at least I try to write these programs that you see on the PC. So um, it's it was just difficult for me to try to actually find a job out of college. So yeah. Um, but you know the so working with PCs is like commonplace for me. Um, my brother Fred, you know, uh, who, for those of you that might not know, he likes to stream from time to time himself. Go check him out. Strange Worlds Unlimited. He does streaming and YouTube as well, so go check him out. He also does a lot of. Um, he also wrote quite a few books, and so uh, check out his content. Check out his books. Um, he knows a little bit about PCs because Dad really worked with him on it. Dad really loved computers before he passed on, so um, he put a lot of his knowledge, or at least he tried to give a lot of his knowledge and passed it on to Fred. So Fred's not exactly stupid when it comes to PCs. I mean, he knows quite a bit. Um, but I had to learn like the nitty gritty when it came to computers. Uh, so you might say that I have a little bit of an edge on him on that. So, um, if if you were to, um, I don't necessarily recommend. Well, I mean, there are tutorials out there for building your PC. Okay, so if you really want to learn about how to build a PC, there are YouTube videos out there for that. And they will teach you, what parts that you need to pick up, what you need to kind of be looking for to build a PC. And, um, you can build one yourself. I mean, it's not that complicated. Okay, you're not designing the circuit boards yourself. You're not having to like uh, solder in every single little component chip into a board. You don't need to do that. that's already done for you. Okay, it really isn't that difficult to actually put together a PC. Um, I actually took a class at one point in time. Actually, I took it multiple times because I enjoyed it. Um, but basically it was at the community college, and basically the people that were running the class, they were teaching how to do um, uh, what was it called again? It was like A plus certification, which is basically certification on how to um, you know the hardware of a PC, and they try to uh, they really tried to help out everybody that was in the course on trying to get the A plus certification. I couldn't get it at the time because it was either I wasn't fully prepared for the test, so I didn't feel comfortable on taking it initially. And the second time around, when I did feel like I was confident enough, I didn't have the money for it, so I didn't get certified. But it's okay. From what I understand, that the A plus certification um, is a renewable certification now, so I probably would have um, probably would have had uh, some problems trying to recertify later, especially when they started going more towards the networking. Um, they started incorporating more networking into the A plus, at least I believe. Um, but in that class, they really they had some old computers, and they were basically saying, okay, these are the tips. This is how you know take apart the computer. This is how you put it right back together. Um, we didn't deal with anything like the thermal paste um, for the CPU and heat sinks, but we still, you got to know how to, connect the power supply to the motherboard, put in the RAM, put in any kind of cards that were on there, sound card, graphics card, um, Ethernet card, so on and so forth. Put in the hard drive, and then just kind of close it all up with the fan, and you know, turned it on, installed the operating system, and what they did was that every time we put together a a brand new computer. I mean, these were older machines, so what they would do would they would take these machines and they would hand it out to families uh, that didn't have one, uh, that didn't have any available computers themselves, so that those folks could get online and uh, you know use um, older like Word programs or something like that just to kind of get by. So it was a good program. Um, they've since retired from that, and I don't think anyone else um, took it over. Um, so I don't know if that program is still. I don't think that program is still going at the community college, but I haven't really looked into it. So, um, but uh, you know, if you really wanted to, you could probably find all like really cheap parts. You know, you could probably just kind of go to um, like a little swap meet or garage sale or something like that. Find an old, you know, you can probably find a whole lot of old parts out there, and you could try to put it together, fairly easily. Um, computers nowadays with the graphics cards, with the um, thermal paste, with the different ways of cooling down the computer, it can get fairly complicated. Um, but at the same time, it's not so complicated that you need a rocket science degree in order to build one. So, um, if you ever want to build a computer, um, you could try to learn through like the YouTube videos in order to do it, or find someone that would be willing to help you out. Have call them over and say, hey, I need some help putting together a computer, and you might have a friend or two that might be willing to help you out with that. Um, I'll have a PC one day. For now, my place is way too small for one. I hear you on that one. I hear you on that one. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, this room here was available, you know, I'd be hard pressed on, um, you know, oh, I wouldn't be able to stream. I wouldn't necessarily be able to have my, I wouldn't necessarily be able to have like this computer desk or anything along those lines myself, seeing that I do rent a room. You know, but this room became available, and my friend landlord, you know, he said, you know, it's not being used, and seeing that we're working from home, or you know, he was working from home, he wanted to, he needed some more silence when he was doing his work, so he said, room's not in use anymore. It's, you know, you know, you're welcome to go, you know, come in here and set up. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. It was still a little bit further away from the router, but I mean, um, I'm not disturbing him, you know, when he was working. So it was a win-win for all of us. So once I move, I'll get a PC. Sounds like it's worth it. I mean, it all depends on what you want to do with it. Okay. If you're getting a PC just for like hopping on the internet, then you don't necessarily need like the top tier. You don't need to go for like a gaming PC. Okay, you don't need the top tier graphics cards. You don't need, you know, uh, terabytes of hard drive space or anything along those lines. Um, you know, and there's pre-built PCs that can definitely fill that need. Um, if you want to have a PC that um, that plays like or if you want a PC that plays not the most recent games that get released, if you don't care about like top of the line graphics, like maybe you just want to play some Minecraft, or maybe you just want to play some Among Us, or um, um, what are some of the other? Maybe you want to play some board games like um, Clue, Risk, Monopoly, or something along those lines. Then you probably won't need like the top tier graphics card for something along those lines. Okay, but if you want to play games that are like, you know, super high res, like, you know, explosions, particle effects, um, you know, graphics that have um, almost lifelike humans popping out on the screen kind of thing, then you'll probably want a PC that has a really good graphics card. And that will raise up the price on it. Uh, you know, so like uh, you could probably find a PC that is, you know, if you're just doing it for the internet, you could probably find a PC that's like $500, probably easy. Um, um, for the most part, you know, maybe a little bit more, you know, depending on what you need to kind of purchase along with it. But if you're just using it for the internet and it doesn't have a whole lot to it, you could probably get away with like a $500 PC. Um, my PC that I have here, um, I think I spent about 1,500, 1,500 on it, all total. And, you know, I can't play any of the higher tier games that are out there. Like, for example, um, the I can't play Borderlands 3, for example. My graphics card can't handle it. I have Borderlands 3, but I can't play it because graphics card just is not capable of handling the demands of what Borderlands 3 can dish out. And there's also other games that are just as graphically intensive, more so, you know, from Borderlands 3 up, that my PC wouldn't be able to handle it. So, but as you can see, I'm still able to play, you know, some games. So it's not, I'm not saying that, you know, my PC is bad, just not the best. You know, and I spend about, you know, 1,500 or so. When you're looking at like the top tier PCs or so, you know, the ones that have like, you know, like a graphics card that came out that year or something along those lines. Okay. Then you start getting into, you know, PCs that are like 3,000 or above, if not even more than that. You know, I've seen some sticker prices for some PCs get as close to like 10K, if not even more. I mean, it can get really expensive. Uh, you know, the you know the the more hardware that you put into the PC, the better quality hardware you put into the PC, the sticker price keeps on going up and up and up. So, so that's why I'm saving up my money that I have right now to eventually get there. But I mean, uh, not there yet. Or at least, um, I might be able to do it. I don't know. I'll have to kind of start checking out prices, um, see what I can get into. Um, you know, I kind of hoped, you know, that when I was streaming full time, that I could get some help on it. Um, you know, not necessarily asking for donations, but kind of hoping for donations to kind of help on getting a new PC. But that didn't pan out. Um, so now, you know, I got a job now, so I'm gonna take up all the cost on that. It works, whatever. It happens. Uh, it's just I look at some of the I look at some other streamers uh, and sometimes their chats and the chat it goes insane. Like I saw one donation one time, and this was not a donation during like a charity or anything like that. The donation went straight to the streamer. I saw one donation one time where it was $5,000. $5,000. You know, not like yen, not pounds, not francs. It was dollars. And I was like, you know, when I saw that, you know, my mouth dropped at that. I'm like, you know, you look at that and you're like, on that particular streamer is living it good. um, you know, like I mean, you just look like when that information breach happened on Twitch. They released the chart on who's making the most amount of money, and you looked at how much some of these people were making, during the year, and I think some of them were making in the millions. Just with the sheer amount of bits, subscriptions, and just downright donations. I mean, just go to any one of the higher level streamers, and you could see just the sheer amount of bits, subscriptions, donations that are coming in on that, and it gets insane. It gets insane. So, um, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, there, catters. Um, you know, right now, I'm okay. You know, you don't need to worry about me. So, like I said, I got my job, so uh, I'm able to, make the purchases that I want to make. Granted, if I was like one of those higher tier streamers or something like that, then obviously, that there'd be it would make things a little bit easier. But uh, I'm okay. You don't have to worry about me. So um, so and plus, with everything that's been going on here in the States, then everybody needs a helping hand. So if you know those a lot of people are in dire straits right at this moment in time. You know, I'm I'm not I'm not that bad anymore. So um, it was tough for me. I'll admit, it was tough. Um, I was laid off 1 year before COVID hit, um, and I wasn't finding any kind of work whatsoever. Um, no one was hiring, or at least uh, the requirements for a software developer were ridiculous. You know, um, for an entry level job, you had to have like 5+ years of experience. I'm like, what the hell? How am I supposed to have 5 years of experience for an entry level job? This is ridiculous. Um, I was still applying, but no calls back. It always it always struck me as odd. Um, applying to all these entry level jobs and um, not getting any kind of return calls. Um, and but at the same time, I saw one job post where I applied for a job, and they gave information as to where the business was when it came to um, you know how where their process was in terms of hiring, and the notification basically said, yeah, this one entry level job in Los Angeles has 500 applicants. 500 entry level applicants. So yeah, um, needless to say, it was a pretty tough, and it's been pretty tough trying to find any kind of work. Um, so, um, but you know, found one finally. Um, it's not exactly the best. I'm a contractor, so not getting the greatest amount of pay, no benefits. So I mean, uh, it's not ideal, but I mean, um, I don't have a lot of expenses right at this moment in time. I just have rent that I have to worry about. I mean, uh, it 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 got bad. It got bad. Um, you know, couldn't keep up with my car payments, so lost a car. Uh, had to sell the 401k to try to stay above water. So it got bad, but you know, um, you know, you do what you can when you can to survive. Okay, that's all it comes down to. Okay, um, you know, it got to the point where once again, I didn't really want to step back down into fast food and retail, um, but I was applying. I was applying to those jobs again as well. I didn't really like doing it, especially mid-COVID, but you know, um, so, but I was out of the game for a long time. Hadn't had a real, you know, I stopped really doing any kind of work during college, so that was 6 years, easy. So doing better now. Yeah, I mean, I'm working now. I'm getting paid, so um, and the pay is decent, you know. So uh, so I mean, I'm not having to. I'm not worried about. I'm not like living paycheck to paycheck at this point. Okay, so I'm building up the savings again. So um, like I said, I'm saving up for a new computer. So I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that if I was living paycheck to paycheck. So I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't have to worry too much about me. Um, so would I love to have the income from some of the top streamers? Oh hell yeah. Who wouldn't? you know, I, I I wouldn't mind having being comfortable. you know, uh, but let's face it, everybody would would love to have that kind of income as well. so I wouldn't be the only one asking for that kind of an income. Um, you know, sport. You know, um, the ones that really help out the ones that like absolutely need it, kind of thing. Uh, like I mean, she's been doing well for herself already, but like there's a streamer that I would that you know one thing that I would recommend on that is that um she's making enough money so she's actually helping her mother out with like house payments. From what I understand, she's about ready to pay off her mother's home, like the mortgage or whatnot. So I mean, she's doing well off financially, but what she really wants, from a lot of people is plasma donations. Um, she had, she, you know, I like watching her from time to time. A streamer by the name of Iron Mouse. Um, but she got hit with a lot of really hefty diseases and genetic disorders, and she pretty much needs like plasma. Uh, I don't know if it's like on a daily basis or it's like every other day or something like that. It's pretty bad for her. She's um, she can't leave her house at all. Um, they basically have to keep a sterile environment around her, otherwise she she could get sick and die. Uh, uh, so I mean, individuals like that, you know, they need more help than I do. you know, um, so while she might be fine financially now, I guess. Not that people should stop donating to her. Um, but I think what would really help her out would be more plasma donations. I think saw some people, kind of doing plasma drives for her, and that was kind of them to do. Um, so, um, the what bugs me are the people um, that are streaming that say, "Hey, if you're watching my content, then you have to donate to me." Don't like those individuals. Don't like those individuals because it's like, they don't have to give you crap. You know, um, it's much along the lines of watching TV. You know, are you being entertained about that particular individual? No, then you can flip to another channel. You can watch another show. That's all what streaming is all about. So, um, you know, uh, so if I'm watching your content, then I don't have to give you anything. You know, uh, you know the a person. You can ask. No, nothing wrong with asking. Okay, but you know, donations, subscription bits, and so on and so forth. That comes um, with the um, that comes from the generosity of the viewers. So, you know, um, and that's not something that you can demand from them. You know, uh, if you wanted to demand anything, you just set like, you know, ads or something. You know, I'm gonna force ads for you to watch, and I get some ad revenue out of it. It's really the only thing that you can really enforce as a streamer. So, um, but yeah, um, yeah, I would love to have that income too. It'd make moving out so much easier. Yeah, no, I hear you on that one. I hear you. Um, you know, at some point in time, I do want to move out myself, but for now, you know, I do what I can. So, sorry to distract you from your game. Well, I was planning on shutting down anyway, so so no worries on that. Um, it's more of a just chatting than anything else at the end. So, but that's okay. No worries on that. No worries on that. So, but that's where we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. Um, so I'm gonna just go into my normal ending spiel here, which is all these streams, all these videos are eventually uploaded to my YouTube channel. So feel free to check that out if you like. Got a link down below for that if you're interested. I also have links to my Discord, my Patreon, and my Twitter account down below on my Twitch About page, as well as in the description of my YouTube videos. So feel free to check those out if you're interested. I have a link to the stream team that I built that is available for anyone to join. Streamers and non-streamers alike are welcome. It's all built around the idea that everybody there um, can help each other out. Um, you know, helping out the streamers get a little bit more viewership, get a little bit noticed, get, you know, uh, help them on their content, and as well as help out the non-streamers for if maybe they want to get into streaming, or maybe um, if they have some like technical issues that they might be having to deal with or something along those lines. You know, there are subgroups available for a lot of people. So um, feel free to check out the application link down below on my Twitch About page. There will be a link to the Google document that explains everything about the team, what it's meant to do, its mission statement, and all the subgroups that are built into the team. It's a lengthy document, I'll admit, but it's meant to give all the information there for you up front, so so you're not at a loss as to what the team is all about. Um, Not looking for anyone that is likes to harass people. Don't want anyone joining the team that will actively go to another streamer and set, you know, and start harassing them, like, uh, or saying something like outright negative or racist. Don't want that element. Don't need it. Um, if that happens from any of the members on the team, they will be removed like that. I don't want to have anything like that in the team. So, um, so yeah, no. It's meant to build everybody up, not break them down. Um, so that's available for anyone that is interested in that. Let's see. Um, May try to get back into Dragon Age on Friday. I've been kind of slacking on my streams. But I will do my Warframe on Saturday as well. So, but that's where we're going to go ahead and end it for tonight. So, Catters, thank you again for joining me. I appreciate it. Thank you for chatting with me. Have a good night as well. Evie, thank you for stopping by and chatting with me. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Um, Enjoy the rest of your night. And thank you to Mr. Gunny for stopping on by as well. So, appreciate you guys chatting with me on that. It helps the night go by quicker. So thank you very much. Take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.